So I'm super excited to have you all on this call tonight. We're obviously all here together because we have a passion for wellness, for health and wellness. And also, I think I get the feeling that you're drawn to this because it's not just a passion for your own health and wellness, but a passion for helping others as well, which is what led me to Vivo in May 2017. And you might just be here because you're curious about how you can build an online business in health and wellness. So I'm going to talk you through all the details tonight. The company Vivo is in full strides in Japan and other parts of Asia. Soft launch in the US, and definitely here in New Zealand, really in a pre-launch phase that is super exciting, which is why I'm taking this call tonight or today and giving you these details, and hopefully going to have a few New Zealanders jumping on, or at least watching the recording. So let me show you the company Vivo here in this video. So just going to give you a little income disclosure because we are talking about a business. So you can jump online at vivo.com to read that in full. And where I want to start is, why do we need something like Vivo? And the reason is that our world is definitely in a health crisis. The numbers of people falling victim to chronic diseases that we can actually control are super high. So we're looking at around about, I think the numbers are 70% of the things that we're dying from, we can actually control. So I'm really of the belief that the things that we can control, we now have to start being in control of them, because healthcare is under a huge burden, and the money in healthcare is all being spent to treat conditions acutely. And so there's very little left over, like 20% of healthcare funding left over for the research and development we need for cures and for diseases that are yet to come, right? So the things that we can control, we have to start controlling. And so I see Vivo, I see you at the beginning of an extreme wellness movement where we're using a new way to take control of our health and wellness, which actually opens up a wealth of superpowers within our own bodies. And we do this by putting our own bodies in the right conditions so they thrive. And the way that we do this is technology, which is very unique. And originally, when I saw this in May 2017, my health and my life actually looked very different to how they do now, considerably different. And one of the big parts of my story is that I was suffering with chronic anxiety that I'd been suffering with for about 12 years. And when I say suffering, I'm talking like debilitating, and it was affecting me every single day of my life. And I tried a number of things to try and get a handle on this anxiety, including cognitive behavioral therapy, essential oils, you know, the medication, lots of different things, but nothing had really hit the right note. And I was getting to a point where I didn't really want to carry on feeling that way every single day. And that is when I found the technology. And what I started to do, and this was inadvertently, was to track my lifestyle, because that's what I'm going to show you what Vivo does. And I started to see where my body was actually in a state of fight or flight, just in my general day-to-day life. And so I started making very small lifestyle changes that had just a huge difference in the way that my body was responding to life. And that was just the first step, because when our technology branched out into genomic testing, which I'm also going to talk to you about, I then discovered how big a part nutrition had been in this mental illness as well. So for me, I'm very, very passionate about the chronic diseases, the diabetes, the heart disease, all the things that we can control, like obesity. But mental illness is one of the biggest burdens on the world today in terms of chronic diseases, and anxiety is the one that is most predominant. So I believe that this has a huge place in helping people to become empowered. So how does Vivo do this? We're going to talk about that. And the person behind this technology, his name is Fabio Goldi, and his vision is to become one of the most innovative and influential technology companies in the world in the next 5 years. And he's going to do that through our unique product line and a very innovative concept, advanced marketing tools, and a lucrative and instant pay plan. So this is Vivo. This is the solution I'm going to show you in the video right now.
It's incredible how technology is completely changing our lives, how everything around us is becoming smarter. There are smart technologies that are breaking through intercultural and language challenges, barriers, and borders. There are smart technologies that make our homes safer and more comfortable. There are smart technologies that make our cars easier to drive and achieve better protection. But think about it. Is there really any technology able to help us protect and improve your most important assets? Your life? Your health? The great news is, the answer is yes. Welcome to the emerging era of technologies that can improve life, making life also smart. Vivo is proud to introduce you to Vivo Smart, the most innovative AI-based solution for health and wellness. Your body has a voice, and it is time to listen to what that voice is saying. Thanks to the most advanced Vivo wearable technologies and biometrics, you will be able to hear your body and monitor in real time your vital biodata. These cutting-edge technologies evaluate your personal information to fully analyze your body. This is a comprehensive analysis, providing results that are easy to understand and amazing. The daily biometrics data from Vivo's wearable technology will be combined with the Vivo Smart AI platform, with your DNA genomic information, and a simple and short health risk assessment questionnaire. The result of this process will then be generated, and you will receive your Oracle report, a full analysis of your personal data, the most appropriate 30-day action plan, including such areas as nutrition, exercise, and lifestyle choices, and a tailor-made selection of your supplement needs, the NutriPack. Designed with your uniqueness in mind, NutriPack is a selection of plant-based supplements, naturally sourced and with high-quality ingredients. One of the things that makes NutriPack even more unique is the easy melt delivery of the ingredients. Forget about bulky and difficult-to-swallow pills. NutriPack Daily Portion is only 1.5 grams, or less than an ounce, and it is absorbed directly on your tongue in just a few seconds for maximum efficiency, bioavailability, and tasty delivery of these important nutrients. You will already be looking forward to your next day's serving of NutriPack. All of this is being delivered directly to your door every month, and only for about $3 a day. With Vivo Smart, you can now really take care of your body in the best, most complete, and personalized way, because you are unique. Joining Vivo Smart is easy. Start with the perfect combination. 1. The latest Vivo wearable technology, and experience the benefits of real-time monitoring of your personal biometrics. 2. The Vivo Smart Box. to empower your new health journey, including 10-day free testing sample of NutriPack, along with your first month of a Vivo Smart subscription that includes the Oracle report and your tailor-made NutriPack after completing your analysis. If you also wish to receive a higher experience and the increased benefits of customization and personalization, you can also add the DNA Health and Wellness Analysis. You receive the DNA Sample Collection Kit inside your Smart Box with a few easy-to-follow instructions to collect your DNA sample with sterile swabs, which you can then send to a world-class lab. The expertise at Vivo combines many years of experience in technology research and development. The stunning result is Vivo Smart, the first platform able to integrate the best wearable technology, genomic analysis, artificial intelligence evaluation, and a personalized nutritional supplement solution. Welcome to the Smart Generation movement. Welcome to Vivo Smart.
So there we have it, our Vivo Smart solution, which, like I say, is really unique. There is a lot of wearables out there. There is also genetic DNA profiling, but nobody's bringing them together in a way that then actually enables people and advises people to make those lifestyle changes like I found were super powerful to my health. So Vivo, the smart platform, takes the biometric data from wearable technology, sequences it with genetic information, and then sends that information up to a cloud that then fires back recommendations of the things that you can do, and obviously that's supplementation that's going to make all the difference to your health. And epigenetics is such a new and exciting area of health and wellness, because we know now that we're not a victim to our genes. So it's like playing a hand of cards, right? You can either have a bad hand of cards, you can either have a hand of cards and play it really badly, or you can have a hand of cards and play it really well. And this is your secret weapon to doing that, is really understand what you have and then how to live the lifestyle that puts your body in the right conditions to thrive. And we know that health and wellness is a massive area. It's now a $5 trillion industry. It's one of the fastest growing markets. And so we are covering within that the technology, the artificial intelligence, the healthcare, and the genomics. And so I wanted to talk through a little bit about the technology to really give you an idea of the tools that we have and how people actually use them. So our smart watches are called the Vista and the Icon. So the Vista is what we call our wellness watch, and the Icon is our health watch. They both have these beautiful color displays, so it's easy to see your information, and you can change the the brightness of the screen, and it looks like the other technology that is on the market in terms of looking trendy and looking cool, which we all know is important. The Vista has a built-in GPS, which means that if you're using it for your sports, then you don't have to take your phone out with you, because it has that GPS GLONASS that acquires satellite tracking. So you don't need your phone, and that's a great selling point of the Vista, which, like I say, is our fitness watch. It's our wellness watch. It's for those people who like to get out and run, out and cycle, who are active and really have that focus on their wellness. Both the Vista and the Icon have 10-day battery life, which again is awesome for the active person. You don't want to have to keep charging it. Obviously, the more you use it, the shorter the battery is, but I get through 3 to 4 days normally, and I have my social push notifications going off all the time, using up the battery, and it's continuous monitoring. That's the really another unique selling point, is that these devices are monitoring you 24/7. You don't have to ask them to do the checks. It is constant. So it's like that eyes on your inner health that you wouldn't ordinarily have. The Vista and the Icon are both IP68 waterproof. They don't advise warm water, so no showering, but doing the washing up, going for a swim, getting caught out in the rain, your device is going to be protected, which is great. And if you're a swimmer, you can obviously use it to track that activity, your laps, your distance, your total strokes, and the stroke rate as well. So like I say, it's a 24/7 biometric recording. One of the things that was pointed out to me about one of the other popular devices on the market is that they have the same function as us in the EKG, but you actually have to manually make the check. So you have to wake up and decide that you're going to run a heart check that day. Was it EKG or atrial fibrillation? I think it's atrial fibrillation, but it was a heart check, right? And the onus is on you to do that check. And it might be that you wake up that day, you get busy and you don't make that check, and that's the day that your heart decides to do something crazy. And so as is continuous biometric recording 24 hours a day, and that's analyzing everything from your heart rate to your mood, your blood pressure, your energy levels. And this is information that is it's like the engine dashboard in your car, right? It's like getting in your car and knowing that you have enough fuel in the tank, and knowing that the engine light is on and that you need to go and get something checked out. It's information that we don't ordinarily have, and it's that information that allows us to take that proactive, preventative approach to our health that is lacking right now for most people, because generally we only go to the doctors when we're sick, or maybe we get to go and do one health checkup a year, but it's not enough. And what I'm learning through the epigenetics is that everything is changing in our body all of the time. So we may have a set of genes that kind of guides our health, but as soon as we change up our stress levels or our sleep or how much pollution we're breathing in or how much activity we do, everything's changing. So this is a really important point that I didn't want to skip over. It is 24/7, eyes on your state of health. And like I say, that includes something quite unique as mood and energy monitoring, which again, I don't want to skip over how incredible this is. For somebody who, I'm an athlete, so knowing where my energy is on a daily basis is critical because I want to make sure that I am in the best state for my training. And number two, the amount of people that are suffering from issues like depression and anxiety, to actually see what the mood is, and then also have that all the other pieces that play part of our mood, all those things that affect our hormone levels, and for the oracle to be the one, for the AI, the artificial cloud, intelligence cloud, to be the thing trying to understand how all those pieces fit together is really powerful, because it means that you can take action. And the issues with something like mood disorders is that we don't perhaps take that preventative action, which means that we start going down a path that we don't want to go to, and it's harder to come back. So this is about being proactive and about being preventative in terms of action. We all know that a massive part of ill health, chronic disease, and mood disorders is our sedentary lifestyles. We're all sat on our assets way too much, and we need to get out and move more. So the great thing about the Vista and the Icon is it encourages that. It makes it exciting. You get to check, you get to check your heart rate curve, and you get to see how many calories you've burned, how far you've cycled, how far you've walked, and you get to be accountable to yourself, right? You see that on a dashboard. And each day when you log into your app, which I'll show you in a second, you see a dashboard. You see like that engine, what you see in the car, and it's got your steps, how long you've sat down, and your calories burned, and how far away from your percentage. So you should be hitting 100% of the advised standing, steps, and calories burned, so you can see where you're at, and you can compete against yourself each day and know where you're perhaps not getting out and moving enough, or sitting down too much, or so it's insight, it's awareness, and information is power. Knowledge is power. One of the cool things for those people who like to get out and run is the color run. So it changes color based on your heart rate value, which is cool. That's just the Vista. And there are 7 running modes as well. So you can run to see how much fat you're burning. You can just run. You can run for endurance purposes. One of the other big things, and again, something that people probably don't pay enough attention to in their health, is their sleep. Our sleep is just of critical importance to our health, because all of those things that need to happen in terms of detoxification and recovery happen overnight, right? So if we're not getting enough sleep and we're not getting the right quality of sleep, then things are not going to be happening as they should in our body. And there are so many things that affect our sleep, whether it's too much caffeine, too much alcohol, going to bed too late, too much blue light. So it's confusing for people, and they wouldn't necessarily understand their sleep data if they were to see it. So again, having that artificial intelligence oracle behind all of this information, interpreting it and giving us, you know, understandable, comprehensible action steps is powerful, because that's the goal, right? We do something every single day that is going to improve our health. We got the first blockchain-enabled smartwatches, which is very exciting. And so what's the difference really between the Vista and the Icon is the fact that the Icon is very health focused. It's a health watch. It's what I wear. Yes, it tracks all of your activities like your steps, your calories, your standing, the sleep, but then it goes deeper, and it does, first of all, a BIA analysis, which gives you an idea of what you're made up of, in terms of your body mass index, your fat, your visceral fat, your intracellular water. But it also does cardiac and heart condition evaluation and stroke risk evaluation as well. Another really important thing, she says as she grabs a sip of water, is hydration, because a lot of us are dehydrated. We're not drinking enough water. And as I've learned, how our bodies use water also changes every single day, based on our activity, based on how much sleep we've had, for women, based on our menstrual cycle. So things are always changing, and you can be in the know of what you need and make changes accordingly. And for people who are on a weight loss journey, this information is crucial. And at the same time, for people who aren't on a weight loss journey, this information is crucial. My husband is a very trim guy. He looks like he wouldn't have an issue, but his visceral fat rating was very, very high. So that's obviously fat around your organs, which is putting pressure on your heart. And it helps us to understand now why his blood pressure was high. So it's given him insight that he has now used to make changes. So both of the devices have dynamic heart rate monitors and HRV analysis. Terry, who's here on the call, shares in her presentation the most incredible story of a customer she had that this basically saved his life. And that's the thing, right? This is information that we don't ordinarily have. It's those subtle arrhythmias that actually have a bigger picture. And this is tracking them all of the time. In terms of exercise, you can use those heart rate zones to see actually what you're doing in your exercise. And for me as an athlete, that's exciting, because I can push. I know where to push harder. I know where to pull back. So this information is great for both a health perspective and a wellness perspective as well. EKG monitoring is available on the Icon, and it is detecting 5 types of arrhythmia. So again, on your app, which we'll show you in a minute, it tells you whether your atrial fibrillation is normal, and you can run the EKG as well. So on the Icon, it says that atrial fibrillation is the most common symptom of tachyarrhythmia, which can occur at any age. However, the incidence of this condition increases with age. So this is just, again, it's just eyes on what you don't normally have eyes on, helping you to stay aware, helping you to stay proactive, because if something comes up as an issue, you can get it checked out. And I love this. This is air pollution tracking as well. So every day you can see, depending on where you are, what the pollutants are in the environment that you're in. And this is huge, right? Because we all know that chemical toxicity, as well as our lifestyle, is really impacting disease, and especially things like cancer. So to know what you're breathing in, you can make better choices. You can choose not to go and do your run if there's a lot of air pollutants in the air. You can shut your windows. And for people who have allergies as well, this is huge, because you can choose the days you put your clothes on the line, so you're not spending the whole day sneezing and crying and wheezing. Again, it's about information to make better choices. So those are our two smartwatches. And then for those people who don't need the bells and whistles, we have the Sense. And this is just about heightening your senses, listening to your body's voice. And this is what I say to everybody, right? Your body has a voice and it's talking to you all the time. It's just that we're not listening. We have no way of hearing it until it screams. And when it screams, it's too late for us to take action. Again, the Sense is blockchain enabled. I do believe actually that this rating has been increased to IP68 now, but don't quote me on that one. It is at least IP67. And the Sense also allows you to see your caller ID, and you can get all your social, they're called push notifications. So you can see who's dropping you a message on Facebook Messenger, on, who's calling you on Skype. So for me, I like that because it's actually making me step away from my phone and decide when I want to open my phone up, because my phone's a rabbit hole. It's like I work on my phone. So yeah, I don't want to go on there and end up stuck in scroll land. I want to know, like, is it worth actually taking a look? Who's calling me? Who's messaging me? Is it important and worth my time? Again, the Sense has those heart rate zones, has the 24/7 monitoring, has EKG monitoring, and has all of these things as well. And this really isn't about, this presentation isn't so much about what these products do, because you can go away and have a look on the website, but I really wanted to get the message across of how important that awareness is, that awareness and eyes on your inner health. And there are third-party features as well. The final device is called the Ligera, and these are smart scales, which means that you can step on the scale, it displays your weight on the screen, syncs that information, all the BIA information with all your other information, and gives it you on your app. So you're tracking weight, muscle mass, bone weight, visceral fat, BMI, and I use both, to be honest. I feel like they have two different uses. I also work in a gym, so I want to be able to put my clients on these scales. And again, it's a good way of seeing that somebody might look one way on the outside, but what's going on the inside, and what should we be looking at changing? And this is so cool. The accuracy of drinking water can be perceived. So if you get on the scale, and I've seen this with my clients, they don't like it actually, because like they're like, oh, I've just had a glass of water and it's changed. But that's what you want, right? You want the truth of what's going on in your body. And the truth is, the number on the scale means nothing. How much you weigh means nothing. It's what you're made up of, and how much of that is fat and how much of that is muscle. So I'm excited about changing people's perception that they have to weigh a certain number to be healthy, because actually it's not about that. It's a lot deeper than that. It's what's actually going on in your body, and it's that information that can help people to make the positive changes. So there they all are, side by side with each other, the Icon, Vista, Sense, and Ligera. And here's our Vivo Smart app. So you download this app onto your phone for free, and it gives you all the information from the devices. So you can see it on the device and on the app. I'll just skip through these ones. Price-wise, they're so competitive with what is already on the market. So I like that. I like that they do a lot more, but you pay a lot less. And so the smart platform brings together the wearable technology with the artificial intelligence. And this is where we move into the personalized wellness, the personalized action plans, the personalized nutrition and supplement plans, which makes us very unique. And the way that we do this is through the DNA report, which is a simple swab that you take from your cheek, like you saw in the video, you send away for analysis, and it comes back in a minimum 22-page report. The artificial intelligence then holds on to that information. Now, the cool thing about the DNA report is that you can use that baseline information because it tells you exactly the macronutrient composition that you should be eating to help your metabolism to thrive. It tells you the likely predispositions, what they are, but how you can avoid them. And this is so powerful. My mum has always suffered with bipolar, and I found out in my genetic report that I have a spelling mistake in one of my genes that makes me very prone to what she has, and other issues as well that are now showing up as she's getting older. And so that makes me empowered because the lifestyle choices, they're actually quite easy. Lifestyle changes are actually quite easy to make. It's just that my mum has not made them. She's led a very sedentary lifestyle. She doesn't eat very healthily. And so, I mean, it's almost a painful story to me that it's just so easy to avoid ill health in some ways with such simple changes. And so many people are looking for the magic bullet. They're looking for the fasting diet or the cabbage soup diet or the magic powder or pill that's going to change everything, and all we have to change is the things that we do every day. So this is the information we need to help people to start doing this, to start making those changes. And these solutions they're personalized, so it's not one size fits all, it's not off the shelf, it's personalized to the people that we share this with. As I said, we do have these little spelling mistakes in our genes that mean our bodies don't process certain micronutrients as they should. An example for me with that SNP and the bipolar is folic acid. My body does not have the enzymes it needs to methylate folic acid to folate, which means it's not getting the folic acid to the usable form, and the folic acid actually accumulates because it can't be processed and becomes toxic. So our solution helps people identify these lacks, these gaps, and fill them with a simple powder that they take every day, which is personalized to them and personalized to their current needs as well. So this supplement pack will change month on month as you change, as your sleep changes, as your stress changes, as your activity changes. So you always know that your body is getting what it needs at the time it needs it. So for me, this business really is the opportunity to join a movement. We are growing Vivo through an affiliate base of people empowering basically their own health, empowering themselves in their own health and wellness and in their financial freedom as well, with independent businesses. And we use a really simple customer referral business model to share, which has this Vivo Smart plan attached to it for compensation. The people who are leading this business are the type of people I believe that are committed to go one step further in their own health and wellness journey, so that others are actually starting to ask them, how are you doing that? Which is now a question I get most days, like, how have you managed to build that muscle, Claire? How do you have so much energy, Claire? How have you overcome Hashimoto's, Claire? So it's because I basically decided that, yes, this is an out of the box way to control my health and wellness, but it's a way that I'm super passionate about because it works. It's effective because it's personalized. So we have 9 ways to earn when we share this, this solution on with others through that customer referral program. The first, I'm not going to go into detail about all of these ways because I don't want to spend a lot of time on this call. So I want you to actually go back to the person who referred you here. They can provide you with the pay plan document and also talk you through it as well. And if you're here because I invited you, then I'll obviously set up a time after this call to go through it with you as well. But the first way that we earn, and this is great because this includes people that aren't even building a business. It's the fast referral bonus of 10%. So anybody who becomes a customer in the Vivo products, if they refer on, they get 10% back on whatever that person actually purchases through the store. So that is our first way to get paid, and it's brilliant. It's a great idea. We all know that viral sharing is huge, and we all know that millennials love the idea of getting paid for stuff. So I think it's a really quirky way, but it's our first bonus as well, that first fast referral bonus. Then we go into team commissions, which means we get paid basically a percentage back on the volume going through our entire organization. So if you imagine that you build a customer referral network, the team commissions means that you're getting paid on the volume from other people. So not just your direct referrals, but your indirect referrals as well. So I can talk you through that, and the pay plan really goes into detail of how that works. And each of our products has a volume attached to it. So our personal packs of the Vivo, which gives a month's access to the Oracle as well, that has a volume of 300 SV sales volume. So as you build volume in your organization, you meet certain ranks. And at each rank, that is where you start going into the other ways of getting paid. So our first way is that direct 10% fast referral bonus. The second way is those team commissions. The third way is we start going into what's called a generation matching bonus, based on where you are in terms of rank. So the ways that you get paid are multiple, they are lucrative, they are simple, but yeah, request that pay plan, discuss it with the person who sent you here so that you can get a real feel for how this works as a business. Okay, so getting started. Yeah, like I say, this business really is about saying, I love this. You know, it requires you to say, I love this, and I'm going to be responsible for getting this out to market. As discussed, we really are in a soft launch phase in the USA, and here in New Zealand, we're in pre-launch. So I love that in terms of the way that New Zealanders love online shopping. Like, I know that we are all about Wish and Amazon and buying stuff online. And it's a blessing because people are accessing all different things at good prices, but it's a curse for our brick and mortar businesses. Health stores like Health 2000 are actually starting to really struggle because of these online natural pharmacies that are popping up. But that's an opportunity for us, right? Because people are already looking to shop online. Vivo is an online business. And New Zealand is a high wellness seeking country as well. So people are seeking solutions. They're seeking solutions for their health. So we need advocates right now that see that bigger picture. We basically have the whole market share if we want it. So to get started, you actually become an advocate officially, which is just a very simple registration process. And the person who referred you here can give you the link to do that. Now, registration is free. You can become a customer referral member for absolutely free. And obviously everybody who is a customer can choose to become one as well, which means that you get that 10%. And then you choose your range of technology that you want to use, basically, because this is about being the change, right? This is about stepping up, standing out, and saying what you stand for in terms of your wellness, and have that testimony of your own as to how doing this in this new way is actually benefiting you, because those are the stories that what people want to hear. People want to hear your success story, and then you can show them how you've achieved this success story. So the first step is to make that registration, and the second step is to decide, what do you want to do? Do you want to do the whole solution and have the DNA sequencing with the technology? Do you want to start out with the technology? Talk to the person who brought you here. Ask them what they do and where you feel it is best to get started. In terms of building the business, there are so many ways to do this, and it's completely up to you. We have people who, enjoy going out to events and setting up little stalls in market fairs and health and wellness expos. I personally build completely online using social media. And then I have people in my team who are taking it one step further and using digital ways that I can't get my head around, like ClickFunnels and Facebook advertising and things like that as well. So you can choose what fits you best and what fits your lifestyle and what fits your time that you have available to build this business. I chose online because I have 2 little children that take up most of my time. So I want to be able to run my business in an hour or 2 a day. And there is no cost to use social media. And there are like 3 billion people in the world who have Facebook. So it's a really good way for me. And I'm really passionate about helping others to learn how to use social media if they aren't already. We have a phenomenal community of support. We have a Facebook group. So once you've made that registration, the next step is that you'll be added into the Facebook group, where we have a fast start training. The fast start training is 2 minutes long. It's a video that really tells you exactly what you need to know to get started. And then we have a few units in the Facebook group that will take you less than an evening to get through, because we have those phenomenal marketing tools that you can use to share with people. So all you're really doing is asking the question, are you open to having a look at what you work with? So we're looking for an economy of people who can create real change by becoming that change themselves, and then sharing with people how they did it. And we're the only end-to-end solution that I know of that has wearable technology, biometric tracking, connected to artificial intelligence, nutrition, and that monthly reporting. So that Oracle gives you a report every 30 days as to where you are in your health and what you can change, plus your personalized NutriPack. So you can start sharing tomorrow. So that's me. I'm going to switch off the recording and invite any quick questions.